Beautiful people, welcome back to the channel. I hope everyone is doing well. In today's video, we are going to be talking about some data entry type of jobs. These positions typically would involve you typing a lot. Watch this video from start to finish if those are the type of roles you're looking for. I also have opportunities that are part-time within this video as well. For my folks that are looking for part-time, this is also a video for you, and this video is going to focus primarily on Sharecare. So Sharecare is a healthcare organization. They provide healthcare services, and oftentimes they have a lot of healthcare data entry type of jobs. And in today's video, we are going to be focusing on just Sharecare and those type of positions that they have open at the moment. The first opportunity I'm going to be starting off with is this one right here, which is called Forms Completion Specialist. This position, just as the title implies, you're going to be responsible for helping people complete forms. You're going to be making sure that you help people navigate the process, people that may have challenges such as maybe they are not able to read and write, or in some cases maybe they're blind, or whatever the issues are. Your goal is to help them complete any type of form that are pertaining to healthcare, forms such as FMLA, disability forms, etc. Those are what you'll be doing. And with this position, it's really important to have like some understanding of medical terminology, because for example, if someone is telling you, oh, I am filing for disability because they are on a wheelchair, because maybe they have diabetes, because they have other chronic conditions such as high blood pressure, or they have cancer and so forth. So just being able to have those general understanding of medical terms will be helpful. So they also expect that for this particular position, you're going to be writing a lot of ICD-10 type of codes down. You're going to also be working very closely with electronic medical records. You're also going to be ensuring that HIPAA rules are being followed, because you're going to be having access to pertinent information to people. The expectation is to also be very comfortable with computers in general, being able to navigate from one system to another. Qualifications: they're looking for 1 year prior experience in medical records department or similar setting. They are also looking for someone that is very familiar with Microsoft products such as Word, Excel. PDF would also be very essential in this case, right? Most forms are PDFs, so it's important to be able to navigate, edit a PDF file, and so forth. The expectation is to be able to type minimum of 50 words per minute. So as I mentioned at the start of this video, most data entry roles, there's always that expectation to be able to type very quick. They also want you to be a team player, and they want you to be someone that is very driven and able to work in a very competitive type of environment. For this position, Forms Completion Specialist, when I did my research, it came up with approximately $45,000 to $70,000 per year. One of the things I should also call out with these roles that I'm sharing in this video is that a lot of times they do not require you to have tremendous amount of experience, and in some cases there is no education requirements at all. As you can see on here, for this first position that I'm sharing, it's only asking for 1 year prior experience in medical records or similar setting, and that's about it. Everything else are more like skill set. They're more interested in how quickly you can type. They are more interested in how good you are in being able to communicate. They are more interested in you actually having the general working knowledge of different Microsoft products as well as PDF that can help you actually do the job. And they're not even asking for any education piece. So very important call out. That is the first position. We're going to move on to the second position. This one is titled Quality Control Specialist. This position, basically, you're going to be helping to retrieve medical records. That is what the role is. You're going to be helping to make sure that there are quality controls in place, especially to ensure HIPAA is being followed. So making sure that all guidelines, making sure that anything that pertains to asking the necessary questions to ensure that whomever is asking for those medical records are truly the owners of it. Also that they are truly using it for good purposes, right? Because one of the rules with HIPAA is that it has to be used to provide care and so forth. So really just kind of making sure that those rules apply each time someone calls requesting to retrieve their medical records. So what are some of the essential functions? Being able to check electronic records for HIPAA compliance, authorization, as well as making sure things are done in a timely manner, being able to follow the state's rules and regulations. So every state has different expectations. Obviously, all of this you'll be trained on. Very important. Work as a mentor to new employees, communicate questions and issues to lead or the supervisor. That's what they're asking for. The qualifications for this one is very minimum. So they're asking for minimum of 6 months experience in a medical setting and being able to pass an industry related course and exam within 6 months of hire. Certain certifications out there around quality that they will be expecting you to take and pass. Some of them just focus on you being able to conduct services in a quality way, mostly in compliance. It says right here, maintain current and yearly HIPAA certification. So that's what I was talking about just now. Being able to have those certifications in place within 6 months is what they're looking for. And that's really it. This position, from my research, the salary range for this is between $47,000 and $72,000 per year. So obviously, depending on where you're located, how much you offer. So you see right here, it says on average, they actually pay $58,000. So $58,000 per year is their median, which means that you can potentially get higher than that. So that is the second position. We're going to move on to the third, which is records coordinator. This position is also fully remote, and as the title implies, your focus is going to be in regards to medical records, making sure that things are in place as they should, making sure that all the safeguards that have been put in place to protect the rights of patients are being followed through, making sure that only authorized people have access to medical records for patients, making sure that anytime records are released, checking on the back end, what are some of the policies that have been followed? Did they follow everything correctly? That's really what the role of this person would be. Ability to type 50 words per minute, someone who is very experienced in medical records, office-based environment. They do provide training, so even if you don't have that, you are still okay to apply for this position. And everything else are just soft skills. They talk about being an excellent organizer, someone who is reliable, detail-oriented, very focused on providing quality work, self-motivated, and also a team player. So that's really it. They will train you for this position, so that's why they are not putting any type of limit or minimum experience to have. So this is really an entry-level role, and this position is going to pay you at least over $40,000 a year, so which is not bad. They are saying $45,000 here. That is the average salary, and this is an entry-level position. So I think that's a big deal. Wanted to make sure that I call that out. So that is that position. And then the next position I'm going to be sharing with you guys is right here, which is also with regards to medical records. This one is healthcare data specialist. This also pay around $45,000 to $50,000 per year is the salary range for this. And with this one, you are also going to be focusing around data primarily. You're going to act as the day-to-day processor of incoming client data. You're going to operate as the point of escalation for clients as well as team members, running reports, providing data elements, helping to organize data so as to communicate whatever you want it to communicate. This position is asking for a bachelor's degree as a preference, but that's it. It's not really asking for anything else. They also want you to have some programming knowledge such as SQL and proficiency in Microsoft Excel for analyzing data. So all of that makes sense, right? Because if you're going to be a data specialist, most data get translated into Excel format. So it's important to have that knowledge. So really cool stuff, guys. They do talk about being able to work independently. That makes sense because most data folks are always within their own little world, just mining data, analyzing the data, and then transferring those data in forms that other business areas can actually understand. So really cool. With this position, like I said before, the starting salary is about $45,000, but it can really go higher than that. So really almost like similar to the first salary bracket I gave before, which is from 45 to approximately over $70,000. But definitely there's room to be higher with this position, because when I read on Glassdoor, a lot of people were saying that depending on the experience you have would determine where you fall. So if you come on board with some experience around data analysis, they can potentially move you closer to that 70,000 or even over the 70,000. This is a part-time position, and this position is exclusive to Tennessee. So if you live in Tennessee, this is a part-time position that you can potentially do. They do have it as remote as well, but just want to make sure. But it looks like it's primarily in Tennessee, and this position is part-time. It's only 5-hour days, Monday through Friday, and is going to be 20 to 25 hours per week. With this position, you are really going to be helping to complete the release of information for patients' medical charts. You're going to be scanning those information and sending them to different provider offices. They're asking for high school diploma and a minimum of 2 years of experience prior in the medical records type of department as well as setting. So the 50 words per minute still applies for this one. However, they are expecting a little bit more, so they do need you to have 2 years and also have the GED or high school diploma. It requires the ability to work remotely and at times provide support in client locations. So which is why they potentially wanted this to be exclusive to Tennessee. They are talking about being able to occasionally provide support on site. And that has to do with primarily the different facilities that they may have in the area. So those are the positions, guys. If you have any questions, comments, please leave it in the comment section. Subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed already. Till next time, I wish you guys all the very best of luck, and I will catch you in the next video. Take care, guys. Bye bye.